What's going on, guys? Mara here, back again with another video. So, I have been given access to Tower of Fantasy's beta, and I have been enjoying myself quite a bit there. However, the more I play, the more I find that this game has taken a lot of inspiration from Genshin Impact. And I'm not just talking about things where they're remotely similar, but it almost just seems like there were barely any innovation. And some parts of this game just felt like a reskinned Genshin Impact. So, without further ado, let's begin. So I'm gonna start off with some of the milder similarities, and then we'll get to some of the weirder ones at the back. So first, let's talk about combat mechanics. Now this one is actually good because Tower of Fantasy took a mechanic from Honkai and Genshin and created their own unique style. So you know how in both Honkai and Genshin Impact, combat is mainly based off of switching characters, right? So when I imagine an MMORPG where you only play as one character, I definitely didn't see myself to be doing any switching. But TOF proved me wrong. It features a combat system where you can equip up to 3 weapons and freely rotate them in combat. So here, let me just show you how it looks like. So you can use one weapon and then immediately just switch into another weapon, and lastly into the third one. So the end result is surprisingly interesting and unique, but it's very similar to Honkai Impact, as it also features mechanics that are very similar to the QTE mechanic in Honkai Impact. Next, we have the Overworld. Apart from the futuristic machines that litter this game's overworld, a lot of it is actually very similar to Genshin Impact's vibrant overworld. Players can explore this massive game world by running around, swimming, climbing cliffs, and even gliding. Now, that's not all. If you open up the world map, you can even see that the structure of the map is very similar. The main character is represented by the same arrow, and even the quest marker on the map looks exactly like the one in Genshin. You even have to unlock the map through interacting with towers that are basically statues of 7, and it also has waypoints just like the ones in Genshin Impact for you to fast travel to. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I personally would have expected an MMORPG like Tower of Fantasy to have a map that is already established, and you don't have to interact with towers to open up the map. Oh, and I should also mention that there are chests to collect, plants to take, and even animals to kill for making food. But like I said, these are just some of the milder similarities that these two games have in common. Next, let's get into some of the weirder stuff. Time to feature the monsters of this game. So, you would think that monsters are literally the easiest thing to get creative on, right? You could literally make anything work as a monster in a fantasy world. But Tower of Fantasy actually features some monsters that are oddly similar to the ones in Genshin Impact. From elemental slimes, over here, this is a Hydro Slime, to Hilicho lookalikes, as I will show you in a bit, over here, that shoot you with their bows and hit you with their clubs. They even have treasure hoarders down. Sure, they might look a little bit different, but the structure of the monsters are definitely eerily similar, especially the Hilicho camps as well as the treasure hoarder camps. However, it is also worth mentioning that this game does have some unique monsters of their own, ones that are more machine looking, and also some other more nature related monsters as well. Next, we have Lumine. What? No, really, I mean Lumine, like from Genshin Impact. Here's how one of the main NPCs look like in this game. Like, look at her. For those who don't play Genshin Impact, here's a picture of Lumine from Genshin Impact. I dare you to tell me that they don't look exactly the same. Like, come on man, first the monsters and now Lumine herself? This is a little bit too much. Next, let me show you guys a footage of one of the quests that you get at the beginning of this game. And here is a side-by-side comparison to Genshin Impact's Storm Terror fight. It's actually pretty crazy how similar this is to each other. For me, this was the straw that broke the camel's back. After noticing all the other similarities that this game had to Genshin Impact, I was thrown into this fight. Like, I get that it's a pretty cool mechanic, but damn, this is just too similar. Now, I don't know if this is going to be something that we'll get to see again in future quests, but this quest pretty much popped up at around the same time as the fight with Dvalin did if you were playing Genshin Impact. So, what do you guys think? Now, I know the Tower of Fantasy is still in beta, and things are prone to changes, but I can't help but feel that they really need to get a lot more creative with some of the points that I have mentioned earlier. However, I also want to mention that there are some differences in this game as well. Also, if you look past all of these similarities, it's a really fun game and I'm still very interested in it, especially when the game launches globally, so let us pray that it comes soon. If you guys would like to see more of this game though, do make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. That's gonna be it for me. Take care and peace out, guys.